Raymond, let me tell you, Raymond, come here. You're my brother. I'd like to tell you, you got a noose around your neck if you think that. I don't. I don't. You got a noose around your neck if you think that that's how I talk. And my brother's name is Raymond. You want to be sucking your own thumb, it might break off and disintegrate to a bone. You know how it feels to be hurt? That's how it feels. It feels bad. In the feels, it didn't feel too good. It didn't feel that great. So let me tell you, I got hurt. It's really sad. One of my relatives got hurt and had to walk with a walker, a young man. It's really awful. It's like the slightest things. You have to be so kind to people, or something could go wrong. They're very sensitive in the ways people communicate. And I worried if it was something I said one time that was like really small. I got angry because I thought he looked at my wife's leg and there was a tiny varicose vein in it when she was like 30 years old and he was like 18. And I said, "Oh, my wife, why'd you look at my wife?" or something like that. And and then years later, yeah, I didn't think it would do anything bad to him, but it's kind of mean about it. It's stupid. And then something went wrong with his health in his 20s or 30s. I think in his 30s. And he had to walk with a walker. And it could have been for me because after that, Danica got really famous. Well, not A-list famous, but she got more than 500, you know, billion, not billion, but 500 million views, half a billion views or whatever. So it made me worry about him. And he walked with a walker and he had a back brace on or something. He had to get these surgeries and it was really sad. I don't know what happened out of nowhere. And it made me cry to see that him in the pictures. He's my cousin. He's my cousin. He's my cousin, I think, or my nephew, or my cousin. He's my cousin. I don't know. And so, but he. I don't know if he went to school, and then his brother's like his brother's like he does kind of famous stuff, and he's an athlete. Well, he works out a bunch, and his little brother worked out a bunch, and his little brother had to walk with a walker, but hopefully he's gonna get better again. I don't know. It made me really sad, and I cried. I saw that he had to walk with a walker because he was okay when he came to Roanoke and he saw us at our house, and then he this one little thing on it looked like he had a varicose vein. On it looked like not him. He had to walk with a walker. You know, I don't want him to be hurt at all. I hope he doesn't have any varicose veins. But I thought he said my wife had a varicose vein, and like we were like I acted like I liked old women or something. I deserved it. He was right because I back then I like kind of wanted Danica to look really young and stuff, like look young and attractive and good looking. Because I had a midlife crisis. And I was like 30 or something like that, and then so somehow it was awful. I was a little bit mean to him, but out of nowhere, everyone was getting along. Everything was okay, and I was like a little bit mean because he tried to act like my wife was old and had a varicose vein in her leg or something, and I liked older people, and we were just old because it was supposed to be that way. He was only like 18 or 17. I think he was still 17. He couldn't watch my movie Crazy Animal, and I gave it to his aunt or his aunt to see if it was okay for him to watch it, and then I was like 30 or something like that, or 29 or 32 or something like that, 30. And then like 15 years later, something happened and he had to walk with a walker. and it made me cry to see. I was so worried that because I had been mean to him 15 years before, that maybe it had some effect on him, and it made me just so sad. And so I prayed a bunch and tried to show him a bunch of love. And then I didn't talk to him in real life, but I asked God and Jesus, and I felt like I could kind of like think of him in my thoughts and heart with all my heart, and maybe I'll talk to him again in real life. And I think hopefully he got better. I should look on his see if he has a YouTube, Facebook or Instagram or any of those things. Excuse me, but I guess things. I don't know why. I was just that's kind of how I was back then. I was like we tried to get like really famous. I was really into our looks and trying to look younger. And he was probably like, that's a little bit wrong. So instead, what happened was my wife and kids got taken away from me for at least 8 years. And I was a little bit mean to some other people too. But it was in little ways. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I wasn't like, I pretty much wasn't mean to anyone. But in 2015, or the end of 2014, I got really mean. It was awful. I got really mean because I thought I was going to be brought down to hell for 400 years, and I was shown all this horrific Illuminati hell stuff, and they made me go to work out there every day. I had to work on my dad's homes, but I was mean about it and had to be all their ways. Like I couldn't do any of the stuff I liked besides work out and try to look okay enough, considering I was having to eat really heavy meats at every meal. It was the only way to not be incapacitated. It was like something awful happened to me. I couldn't get sleep when I quit the medicine finally, and then I could literally see hell, and it was so frightening. And I became really mean because I didn't have Jesus. I didn't know. Oh, you're just kind to others. And then if you see hell, and then Jesus will protect you, and if you're still alive, unless some people have to go to hell forever. But they said, I thought it would be about 400 years. I could see and hear voices, and I could see things that weren't real, like zombies and people pulled up on crosses with a giant like animal head. That was not the Danzig one, but it was this different one, and it was really scary. This hellish scene played out to my neighbor as my with my neighbor being pulled up on a cross. It was so horrifying and scary, and I saw it with my own eyes. And it was like the end of the world, and I had to go out there in the end of the world, seeing hell, and work in it and order men around and act like the general, almost the devil's army or something like that. But it wasn't that bad. But at one time I felt like the general, and it was bad, but it wasn't that bad because by some miracle, 3 years later, I went out there and felt like Jesus, and I thought it was the end of the world again when I quit my medicine. And now I know how to quit my medicine. It's not as bad. And so I felt bad about what I had done. And it was 3 years later that in 2017, in fall of 2017, I felt so bad about what I did. And I knew it was wrong. I was at this house, and I had to act like Jesus during the second coming. But it was way, way worse than they would have done to Jesus, what I thought they'd do to me. So I thought they're going to like cut off my arms and legs. And after unimaginable torment every little moment, like many times a second, like really bad. Not just what I've been going through on Earth. It's not like what's on Earth. It's way worse. It's real hell, what they can do to people down in hell. But I thought it was how I had to be like Jesus during the second coming, and I thought the second coming because I didn't understand in the Bible that when Jesus comes down in the second coming, it'll be good and everything from God and God and Jesus. It'll be from God and Jesus, and I don't know. And then but I know that when Jesus comes down during the second coming, it'll be on Judgment Day. But I'm a sinful idiot, and so I did my best to act like I thought I had to be Jesus because I didn't know Jesus is without sin. So none of us can really be Jesus besides Jesus, unless Jesus is listening. And hopefully Jesus is listening and God is listening. I know. And Jesus, I can't tell you. I had to use a bathroom, not use a bathroom. Yeah, use a bathroom. No, and so the second time I went off the medicine and could see hell, it was really, really scary. It was really, really scary. And I acted like Jesus, and I didn't get any of the glory for it. And I had to go out there and go across the entire country into the most southern racist places that still existed in the entire South that I thought were, almost segregated still. Some of the businesses I went into, like this gas station that they cooked food in the back and had all the black people with frying the food in the heat and with the grease, like sometimes spraying on them a little bit, not really spraying, but it was like in the back, like they're frying up the food. And then the white people, all only white people up in the front, like when people would go in to pay for gas, and and it was like up on on a thing, like in the middle of the giant gas station place. And it was so scary, and I had to try to bring together a man in the back who was frying the food so he didn't go crazy from how they treated him like a slave or something, or not a slave, but like a segregated times person. And I thought that he was going to go crazy and end up in prison from how they were treating him, and he was sweating and feeling worse and worse. He had to work so hard, and this white lady came in with her child who was white, and I just had a feeling she was a single woman. And I tried to bring her together with the guy in the back, and tried to get him to quit his job and go to work for her at some other job, any other job besides that place. And so he'd pay her bills and work hard and take care of her, and they get together. And I did that in front of everyone in that like racist place where they had the black people in the back frying the food and all the white people in the front, like way in the south, either Georgia or somewhere. I don't know what state it was in. Maybe I don't know which one, but it was some place that was. I ended up in Jackson. I don't know where Jackson is, Mississippi. In Jackson, Mississippi. It may have been Mississippi. I think it was Mississippi. And so then I had to do that where all the cars are driving in and send the message so everyone could see, and it would go across the entire nation, and then people wouldn't be racist anymore for the mean way I was then in 2014 when I acted like I thought I was like did all the mean crap and jerk mean stuff. And then so I had to act like Jesus and be nice to him across the whole country. And I thought I had to act like a minority name, and I tried to act like my name was Juan, but I was so Anglo, I was so white by that time, because from being a Republican, from what I had done before that, I could barely speak in a Spanish accent. How I learned in school, because I took Spanish in school for 5 years, and I didn't know why, but I was hoping to learn Italian because I thought Italian was cooler, but they didn't teach it in the schools, and it was a miracle I learned Spanish because my wife lives in Texas, and they speak more Spanish in Texas and California. Well, they speak kind of more, but it's mostly Texas where she's from, because her father, they're really white, but her father speaks Spanish really well. Like it sounds like he's from some country in Mexico or South America or Central America, somewhere not in America where they speak a Latin language. He speaks a really good he speaks really good Spanish, and her brother speaks really good Spanish too. And so now I've started speaking Spanish better. Um, Me llamo John Birmingham. Mi amor es Dios y Jesús Cristo. Me gusta tocar la guitarra. Mi amor es Dios. Me gusta trabajo. Oh, me gusta trabajar. Oh, wait, I think that's I like to work. Me gusta trabajar. I like to work. Um, and if I'm around some other Spanish speaking people, I can think of what the words are more again sometimes, and it's easier. And some is I can't think of it as much, but usually I can think of it more when I'm around Spanish speaking people because I took Spanish for 5 years, and I have a friend in Roanoke who took a bunch of Spanish. That's pretty good. But that's pretty scary as shit. And so because I didn't know if he liked my wife or something. And so I'm just not gonna live in Roanoke. I'm just not gonna live in Roanoke, and I'm gonna go to California. And so and I took Spanish for 2 of the years. I had to retake the same Spanish, like in high school or college. And I took the same Spanish class again the next year. I don't know why I didn't do as well in it or something, but I didn't fail it. I got a D or something, and I had to take it again. But we do movies, you know. Danica and I do movies and music. She sings, and I learned singing after we're together. And I play music, and her brother plays guitar and sings, and they all sing on her. Well, her and her two brothers sing, and her dad sings. I don't know if her mom sings. I think her mom doesn't sing, but she might sing a little bit. I think she sings a little bit, but I've never heard her sing. And I've heard her brothers sing and play guitar, and her dad plays guitar and sings, and she sings, but she doesn't play. I don't know if she plays music. She might play piano, and she played drums too, like I did in junior high. And she didn't really know. Well, she played the bells. She played percussion, but she didn't play a drum set. She played the bells, and then she she was on the drill team. She was on the drill team. She was a cheerleader in junior high. She was actually a cheerleader, Danica. When I was in junior high, I thought the cheerleaders were really attractive, and she was a cheerleader in junior high. And I was really attracted to the cheerleaders, but I was too afraid to talk to them in that way or go out with them or kiss them or anything like that. And and then when she was in high school, she didn't make the cheerleading team, and they kind of made fun of her a little bit and stuff, and so she didn't like that. But she made the drill team, and that was like, I remember when I was in high school, they were like weren't the really good looking ones, like they didn't look like Playboy bunnies on the drill team, and they were like maybe a little heavier, like 10 or 20 pounds heavier, or something than the skinny cheerleaders. So that's good because I don't want the other guy to. I don't want somebody else to like, like she was still really pretty. Like I don't know, there's some people who just like, but she felt like a little bit made fun of it in high school, so and that's how I felt a little bit. But I got along with people, but I was a little bit like felt a little bit made fun of, and that's why that's one of the well we were good at entertainment industry stuff. Excuse me, we're we were good at entertainment industry stuff, but I was mostly like I played music and I was afraid to sing. I didn't really do acting, but I was really funny, and I joked with my friends. I was like the funniest one. I was pretty much the funniest one of the skateboarders, and like I even looked kind of dorky. Kind of, I'd wear like big baggy clothes, like big baggy skateboard clothes. I'd wear really baggy skateboard clothes, and it was funny. We had these little tiny. It, we had these little tiny skateboard wheels. I guess I'll go outside. No. We had these little tiny skateboard wheels when we were like really young, like 13, 14, or 15. And we had these little tiny skateboard wheels and like really baggy clothes, like really baggy clothes. Like one kid got like 7 extra large clothes that were like really baggy, like Brian Blunt. He was little, and he'd wear these like shorts that were almost look like pants. They were like a few inches up from his shoes, and he'd act like really cool. And he had long hair. My friend Brian Blunt, he had long blonde hair, and but then we'd wear normal clothes too. Like by the time we got like older teenagers, we wear like clothes that fit better, and then girls started liking us more. And I don't know. I went out with some girls in high school, but I didn't like. I don't know. I was like afraid. One of them I just kissed, but I didn't do anything else with. Like we'd kiss in the hallways and act cool before, and she'd walk away to her class, and I'd walk away to my class. And then like I never did anything else with her besides go to prom and fun stuff like that. But I didn't do like we the most worst The most that we did was like kiss on the mouth, and we didn't do any like we didn't be naked around each other or anything like that. And then we went to prom together. This girl Lydia, I don't know if I should mention her name, but she was like really good looking back then. And then I wasn't supposed to marry any of them, and then I married my wife. I don't know if I'll ever be with Danica again. And I don't want to be mean and sinful like somebody who has a bunch of money. I don't know if I'll die any day or what, but I hopefully go to be with God and Jesus. I don't think I'm gonna die. Like that sounds scary to me if somebody like hit me in the head and killed me or something. But maybe there's a chance I can be back with her and the kids. But I think she just doesn't like me. I'll show you their emails. I can. Oh, they'll say Hillary if you mention the word email. Stupid. Stupid. Everyone has an email. I'm sure everyone has sent emails who's like in their 20s or 30s in America, unless they're like, who knows what, poor or crazy or something. Why do they worry about emails? Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to show anyone. Hi. What is it doing? Oh, there's Jesus. Jesus. Oh, that's terrible. He got hurt. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. Throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. I hope it didn't do that. I don't know if she's ever going to be with me again. Here's all my new emails. My dad sent me only $100. Kind of stupid. It was only $100. That was nice because I helped the man work on my house to, I don't know. But he doesn't, I don't know. People are gonna rent my house. I was looking for Danica and see. I was gonna find the last message or the latest, the newest. I don't know. This goes back to July 27th. This is like August 4th. I'm just gonna see when the last time she wrote me back was. She stopped writing me back. She sent me these my mom sent me these listings. Oh gee. Here. Oh, she wrote me July 24th. July 24th. And today is August 4th. She hasn't written me in 10 days, I think. July, yeah, July 24th. July 24th. And it's August 4th. She hasn't written me in 10 days. I was just not going to be with her again. Because I've written her, I'll show you how many times. I said I found this video. There's a picture of you in the video. I said, this video made me cry when I saw your picture. Until then, it's on Will You Be With Me? Something like that. Because I just cried. What are you talking about? My picture isn't in a music video. Are you hallucinating? And I said, this one. This is in some music video. Because she used to look like that. She had a chin like her, and everyone said she looked like her when she was in high school, but she's young. I don't know if she's a younger. Yeah, she's younger than her. Yeah, I forgot what this person looks like, but they said she looked like her when she was in high school in the '90s. And they said, "Are you gonna be with me?" And she didn't write anything back. That's the last thing she said so far. I don't know. And that was on July. Oh, oh, this jerk. This guy's a troll. He just randomly wrote this talentless clown. And then I was still nice to him anyway. I said, I messed up and blocked you from my channel. I don't know how to unblock you because he's nice, but I don't know. That's his email. By Bjorn Black. By Bjorn Black. And they said, don't care. Good luck in LA. Bye. I think I know who he is. And I feel sorry for him because he might be depressed, but he writes and pretends that he's somebody else. And he sends me he sends me some kind of a cyber bully. He's a cyber bully stuff. He's a cyber bully. One time he posed as a Roanoke County police officer and wrote to me and told me all this mean stuff, and I got really worried, and I got depressed and was almost going to kill myself because he cyberbullied me. But I think he's depressed and wants to kill himself, and he had me worried for a while. He kept writing me from all these various emails. This time he said talentless clown. Sometimes he writes. Here it is, another one. He sent it from McDonald's customer. He's like a real cyber bully. He's like this troll cyber bully, and he has all these various accounts he poses. And he said McDonald's customer, and he pretended that I applied for a job. Thank you for taking the time. He's really bad. He posed as a Roanoke County police officer. He created all this, or he sent my resume into McDonald's to act like I was applying to McDonald's with my email name, and they sent me this. Unless he made up an email, uscare@x.mcdonalds.com. If that's a fake email, some people can look it up and find out. I just thought, I don't even care. But at first, and then he would write Danica too and pretend he was me and send this mean stuff. He was really mean to both of us, and he's mean to other people online too. But he's depressed. I think I know his name. This crazy ass thing, I clicked on it, but I don't want one of these. I don't know if you're allowed to show it. I would never get one of these. I would never get one of those sex dolls because it's disgusting. It's better to be with a real woman. It's like somebody playing with himself with some. It doesn't matter how real it looks. It's like it's not a real person who makes facial expressions and stuff, and it's just awful. So I wouldn't get one, but it's gross. I've seen a video of it, and it's like it's not the same as a real person. It's awful. It's like somebody being by themselves. This is my dad. My dad was helping in the house. It's really nice. He's gotten older. He's 77. I hope to God he'll be okay. He was walking around the house. I don't want to live in the same town as him sometimes, even though I hope to God he doesn't die at 83 or something like that. Because now he's in his 70s. He looks healthy, but it made me nervous one day when he not nervous. I just felt really bad when he was here that one day. But it's awful. It just reminded me of that. But usually he's really okay. Usually he's really okay, so it's not that bad. It just reminded me of that. I'm seeing if Danica wrote. I don't know. Oh, here's that. Here's that guy. He writes from this email. The troll. The cyber bully. Complete failure. He wrote me. It's just something I found in my email one day. Anonymous email. Anonymous email. Anonymous email. Here he said. Complete failure of an actor, complete failure of a musician, complete failure of a producer, complete failure of a screenwriter, complete failure of a husband. He called it husband. Complete failure of a son, complete failure of a father. And then he made a smile. He made a frowny face. I don't know why he did that. He said all that stuff. I guess I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. It's me. Bye. Praise God. Praise Jesus. I'm a nerd. It's a weekend night. Another weekend night for the past 8 years. I haven't gone anywhere on the weekend night. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Bye. I'm a nerd. 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 No.